Good morning. I'm Amanda Foley, and this is Coach's Corner with men's basketball coach Matthew Driscoll. Matthew, we had a loss against Stetson, 71-60. Defensively, offensively, how do you think the team did, performance-wise?
Yeah, obviously in the first half, giving up 8 threes is a large number of threes, and that's something going into the game we knew. And they're a dangerous team. When you're playing a team that shoots that many, when we had beat them down there, they only were shooting about 12, 13 a game. Now they're shooting 25 with a high of 31. So they're chucking it up a ton. And when you're doing that, it makes your guys a little bit more at ease. It makes them have the ability to think that they can make any shot because they're kind of playing free-flowing, and they started rolling. In the second half, they went over, didn't make another one. But unfortunately, we came back, cut it to 4, had the ball, missed a shot, got the rebound, missed a shot, a chance to cut it to 2 with about 6 minutes to go, which is plenty of time. But the guys did a good job doing that. But in the same breath, we got down too much way too early, and we really dug ourselves a hole that we weren't able to get out of.
Stan Janeska is back and feeling good. I can see he was playing 16 minutes in the second half. How is he doing? Back on the court?
You know what? He goes day by day because his back, that area is still pretty tender and pretty tight, and he's getting a lot of help with it. Dr. Camphy, our chiropractor, does a great job with him, and he spent yesterday down there and today as well too, getting his back kind of in line, so to speak, so he can go and perform. But he's getting better and better and better every day. But it's going to be a long process well after the year for him to really get back in. It was a very, very hard fall that he took, and an awkward fall when his elbow was caught underneath him. I think that's what's causing the majority of the damage as well. And, of course, Matt Sally sprained his ankle as well at the end of the game and was not able to play against Florida Gulf Coast, and he's kind of day-to-day. Yesterday he did a little bit more than the day before. Hopefully, as he continues his treatment, he'll be able to go against Mercer on Thursday.
Well, we hope the best for him also. Talking about Florida Gulf Coast, you sat and forced him into overtime. What was your strategy going into the last 5 minutes?
Well, the one thing about them is, they had taken the lead. I think they went up 4 or 6 on us, and we had been going back and forth. And we told our guys that if we get consecutive stops, we'll have the ability to get back in this game and then do what we got to do. And it came to fruition. Down a stretch in overtime, we thought they'd do what they did. Unfortunately, they got a second chance shot, which is a killer in basketball, and tipped it in to tie the game and sent that thing into overtime, which was good for us. Obviously, we got a little bit up, and then free throws. We always tell our guys, rebounding and free throws is the difference when teams are pretty even. And I thought that's what it was coming to this game, especially in the second half, that we needed to rebound and make free throws down the stretch. And Eni stepped up, hit a big 3 in the corner. He had 7 points in overtime, made 2 big free throws down the stretch for us to kind of separate us a little bit. So I was proud of him as a senior. Stan, of course, played well, making 3 threes. And Jermaine had some huge plays for us, made a big jumper in the first half. So our seniors really did a good job. And now, they've won more games than they won last year in the league, and they've done some things they've never done before. And we're pretty much perched on the edge there of getting into the tournament, which they've never done before as seniors as well too. So it's an exciting time for those guys.
Andy Diaz also played very well, 40 minutes. That's a lot of playing time. How did he feel after that?
Sometimes it takes him 2 games to get 40 minutes. But he really, when they told me 40 minutes after the game, I turned quickly and said, there's no way I subbed him. And then they said, Coach, we went into overtime. I forgot. And, so there was 45 minutes to be played. So he's one of those kids where he's so young and his body's really starting to mature, and he doesn't understand his potential sometimes. In Hall of Fame the night before, Matt Incinelli went up and spoke in front of the group, receiving his Hall of Fame award. And when he spoke as a freshman, he was a player of the year in the conference, which is a great honor. You think you're pretty good. And Coach Rhodes kept on riding him and coaching him and criticizing him. And he said to his daddy, why is Coach riding me so hard? And his daddy looked at him and said, because Coach thinks you're better than you think you are. And sometimes kids don't understand. We're trying to get so much out of them because we see so much more in them. And I shared that story with Andy and with the team and told those guys there's always more to get out of you than you think. That's why we coach you the way we coach you. And if we coddle you all the time, you'll never reach your full potential. And they got to understand, I really thought Andy played like a man. He was a beast. He really was. Just physically, he was a beast. And to get a double-double is really impressive.
Yes, very impressive. Okay, so I have to ask, did you see that poster of you waving in the stands on Thursday and Saturday night?
I know one thing. If I saw that poster, I don't know if I'd be making many free throws. I know that. But, that was the guys came up to me afterwards. That was a kind act for them to do. But, that picture is actually – I think that picture is from when I was at Clemson, which is about 13 years ago. So I was kind of excited about how much hair I had back then.
Well, it was funny to look at it.
Yeah.
It was new. Mercer and Kennesaw coming up this week. You guys getting prepared for that?
You know, our last road trip, and we've done pretty well on the road. We've 4-4, and we split our last one out when we went to Lipscomb, beat Lipscomb, and then lost to Belmont. Going to Mercer is going to be an interesting game because a couple things. Number one, the president of Mercer used to be the president of Baylor. So he's a longtime friend and a guy that I really admire. And Coach Huffman is a longtime friend. We used to coach together in the Big 12 when he was at Oklahoma. But Mercer's where the tournament's being held. So it's kind of a neat venue for us to go see where we're going to be playing and kind of get a feel for that as well, too. We'll stay in the same hotel that we're going to stay at for the tournament and those kind of things as well. So we're excited about that aspect of it as well, going up there and being a part of that. And then Kennesaw, I mean, they lost last night, so, that we're battling right now. We're in 7th place, they're in 8th. So beating them here, obviously going up there could be a huge game for us as well and them. So this is going to be a big trip and kind of an awkward trip because the Saturday night game is the first time we played a Saturday night game on the road, I believe, at 7:30 at night. And then we're going to bus home right after that and then get prepared for next week, which, of course, is the last game, homecoming weekend, East Tennessee State and Campbell, senior night for our 3 guys, kind of saying goodbye to those guys as well, too. So it's really, this week is an exciting week for us to kind of take care of some more business on the road. And we've been able to steal some. And you got to steal some on the road. So I look forward to our guys being prepared for that.
Well, good luck, and we'll all be thinking about you guys up there and cheering you on down here. All right, well, thank you, Coach Driscoll. I really appreciate your time and talking with us.
Absolutely. We'll visit next week once again, of course.
All right, thank you.